Hello and welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm Dallen, Stanford World Rugby and Major League Rugby commentator, and it's always a pleasure to catch up with New England Free Jacks head coach Ryan Mardo. Mardo, first thing, you had the Bruins hat last week. It was a huge hit. It was such a big hit that the fans called Jacks Rangers set up a GoFundMe page that is raising money as we speak to outfit that beautiful head of yours for your wearing pleasure.
Yeah, wow, that's. I think that shows why the Free Jacks in Boston has the best sports fans in the world. That's highly embarrassing for me that they've gone through and done that. But yeah, amazing work, and just shows how much people care.
Well, exactly. Also, it just means that when you do travel home eventually, it won't be one check bag; it'll be two check bags because you've got a bunch of hats you've got to take back. Because you probably own about 50 or 60 as it is.
Yeah, I think I've got 20 here and maybe 32 back at home. So I'm going to create a man cave of just hats. It'll be brilliant.
Oh, I love it. I love it. We'll have to auction some of the items off for charity and things like that down the line. And then later, when we do raise money for other causes, just little bits of your stash for auction. You've got to obviously keep it, but just little pieces of it for memorabilia for the fans. I think would love that.
I think it's a great idea.
What have we started? Okay, let's get into it. Your 8th match this season was against a potent Rugby ATL side inside the Snake Pit. Take us through that challenge with these match highlights.
Yeah, so it wasn't an ideal start from our team. And I think this try summed up the first half. They just physically battered us, worked at a bit of height and all mauls and breakdowns. And, we're highly disappointed to play this way in the first half especially. We felt pretty embarrassed by our performance. And there's only really the one shining moment for us. Obviously, we plucked off a couple of penalties, but, we turned the ball over really softly and gave ATL a really good head start, which you can't do in this competition. I think the only shining moment from our perspective is coming up here where we play from an unstructured start into a structured finish, which is, what we kind of work really hard on in the way that we play the game. So really nice line break here from Joey, who is the mechanic was non-stop throughout this game. There's Mr. Highlight Reel himself, Dougie Fife. And, we play really nicely across the field here. It's something we've been working hard on. I think Jacko there, he's been carrying really well. He always finds like a seam, and just a great sequence of play from us, and a nice finish here from the wheelbarrow man, who is starting to make a bit of a name for himself the way he's hissing down those edges. But we went into halftime really disappointed around the way we were playing the game. Here's a great moment from JP. He just makes a great decision, and this puts us back into the game. We're in 1918. We're in distance of them now. We're one score off, and we felt as though the momentum had definitely swung. You can see here, though, with 9 minutes remaining, 1918, 2 cards. Our set piece was under immense pressure, and we're down to 13 players with 9 minutes to go. So essentially, that was the winning of the game. From them, we've got 2 forwards off the field here, and huge scrum pressure, and they're able to score, and that was the game there. And then once again, we're really disappointed with this finish. We're looking to score to put ourselves back in within distance to obviously come with some type of points. But this is a really soft try and disappointing finish from us. And I can tell you, when we got back to our hotel, we had a good reality check, and that's definitely not a performance we're proud of for our own standards, but also for our fans as well.
Yeah, Mardo, really tight battle and tight struggle. But I think also what's so interesting with this Eastern Conference is that how close everybody is. If you look at the log table, 1 point, 1.1, everybody's right there. I mean, can you comment on that? I mean, but particularly it's very different on the other conference.
The Eastern Conference, I think we're all pretty evenly matched. I think you put in travel factor, you put in depth issues, and anyone can beat anyone. The shining light for us is we've essentially got one more away trip, which involves an air flight. So we're kind of looking down the stretch of people coming to our cauldron, our fans, and playing in front of the energy that they give us. So good luck to anyone that's looking to come and take some points off us up this way, because I know we've got a bit of steel about us playing in front of our fans. So, I think that'll be good for us. We've signed off on a lot of our travel, and what we've noticed with the travel is with the kind of the limits of COVID being let off, the airports are extremely busy, and it's not a fun process going through those airports. So yeah, we're kind of wary of that as well.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we touch on it every week, but people really don't understand the distance in the US when it comes to traveling, particularly when you go all the way to the other coast. We said you can end up in Europe if you had to go a different direction. So yeah, it is crazy, But let's touch on this week, your training. What have you got planned for the guys?
Yeah, so we've had a pretty cool week so far. We've had a great session in terms of review, get out what we needed to get out of it, have an honest look at ourselves, and now we're moving forward to what is, from all aspects that I've learned, Boston, New York, the rivalry is very alive. It's very real, and we're very wary of that as well. And a lot of our preparation has been based around that. And we actually did something a little bit different. We went to Carson's Beach, and I actually took the boys for a strength and conditioning session. There's no science involved when I'm running them. It's just about last man standing. And there's a few guys got a little bit of a wake-up call. So great start to the week, putting some money in the bank. And we know we're going to need it when we head down there on Sunday.
Yeah, let's talk about that Sunday clash. So highly anticipated duel with Rugby United New York. You play them at their Cochrane field in the Big Apple. Their record so far, they've won 5, lost 3. They're sitting second place on the Eastern standings. Your thoughts against them? And this, in the background, we'll play just some highlights when they beat Seattle a few weeks back.
New York, I know our boys are fizzing already. And the fact that they obviously beat LA at home, says that they're going to be very tough opposition. So we know we must bring the best version of ourselves for this match. There's a couple of interesting things in the background as well. We got a screenshot of a promotion that they said they were using for selling tickets. Basically, you get $10 off a ticket if you say that you hate Boston. So we take that quite personal, that they've sent that message out about us. So we're definitely making sure and we're preparing adequately for that. There's obviously another couple little off-field things that have happened that are going to bring a little bit of sting about what we're going to bring down there as well. So we're definitely buying into the rivalry, and we're going down there as underdogs down to their home field. And obviously last week's going to put a bit of sting in us around the way we perform for our fans and for ourselves as well. So it's actually set up pretty nicely. But we understand they're going to be a very, very tough opposition, especially down there. And we'll jump on the bus on Saturday. We're going to have a bus trip as a group, which is going to be pretty cool. We're going back to old school kind of style rugby trips where you jump on a bus and go down with your mates. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to this game.
All right, Mardo. And then excellent news sees the arrival of 2 new players into your squad. Give us a bit of background then. What positions do they cover, and what excites you about having fresh faces in the team?
Yeah, so we've got Tuadraki Samasamavadre, who I've now labelled the excitement machine. He can basically cover 10, 12, midfield, 15, wing. He's turned up in fantastic condition. There's been a real lift around kind of the energy he's brought already and the excitement, and he's just real keen to get out there and do what he can for our club. So we're in a great space. And obviously another player we brought in is Ewan Brumwell, who I have a connection with back in Otago. And he's just a really mature bloke. His nickname's Honest. He just does things by the book and puts out really honest performances on the field. So he's going to be a great addition, bring a bit of maturity, a bit of calmness to what we're trying to do. And he's going to connect with Jared, our S&C coach, as well. And there'll be a bit of that as collaboration as much as he'll play for the team as well. So it's a great addition, the 2 players. They finished quarantine. They did their week-long quarantine, so they're out this week, which has, been a great boost for our morale and for our team.
I love it. So you dropped the summer vodka now, right? So no longer the summer vodka nickname.
Well, yeah, I had to drop it with the alcohol content, so I had to get rid of that. And I've changed into the electric machine.
I like it. I like electric machine. That we can play with that. There's lots we can do. I'll just give you a final comment for obviously the fans supporting the Free Jacks, particularly in this big match against New York. It means a lot to the people that have been here for a long time. So a message for them.
We're highly disappointed with last week. Believe me, we take that on the nose and we take it personal as well. So I know people would have been highly disappointed watching that performance, and our players are really reflective of that performance as well. So we're making sure we're putting in the work this week. And believe me, we'll be bringing a bit of sting to this game.
I love it. A couple of specials we can expect as well. Well, fans can catch your side take on New York on Sunday, May 23 at 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network, and then later on the rugbynetwork.com. Plenty of kit and stuff available at Free Jacks, so you can visit the store, freejacks.com. Shut the gates, keep the change, and keep riding, my friends. Coach, go well in the Big Apple.
Thank you very much. We'll be in touch.